was a picture of a young black boy. On that picture, on top of the phone, he was holding a sign that said, "Please don't shoot me. I want to live."
We've got to have our youngsters' backs. We've got to say no more.
No more.
No more.
No more.
No more.
Wars and battles are hard, but coming up against mothers who are mad is the hardest thing in the world.
Senseless suggestions that to get guns out of schools, there should be more guns in schools.
Not only in Newtown, but for the nation, for Harlem, for Brooklyn, for the Bronx, all over. And I'm just so glad to see so many of you out here tonight. And we are not just going to stop here. We are not just going to let this get turned around and everybody forget what happened. We lose a loved one almost every day. So we should have the whole block filled. But we thank you, those who are out here tonight, to take the word back that we're going to continue to do this. We're going to continue to pray for our loved ones. We're going to continue to pray for stopping the violence, stopping the illegal guns coming into our country, our city, our state. We're going to pray that Congress ban and vote on banning these assault weapons. We're going to pray that our councilwoman, Christine Quinn, and Councilwoman Inez Dickens, the leader, continue to fight, and all the other electeds and leaders out here continue to stand by us and fight for us.
Hi, I'm Jackie Rowe Adams, co-founder of Harlem Mothers S.A.V.E. Stop Another Violent End. As I sit here, I just want to say I am so proud of Harlem Mothers S.A.V.E. and so proud to sit here with so many mothers and fathers saying that I am co-founder of Harlem Mothers S.A.V.E. 30 years ago, and it seemed just like yesterday, I lost my son, Anthony Bogan, to gun violence. Anthony was 17 years old. Anthony went to the store to buy some juice right around my mother's block on 123rd. My mother lived on 22nd. Anthony was in the store and some fellas said, "I don't like how that nigga is looking at me." And that's why I hate that word today, nigga. And the store man, Lord David King, said, "We look at that nigga looking at us, we should kill him." Exactly, we should kill him. I don't like how he looking. The store man said when Anthony left the store, they followed him. The store man said he didn't think nothing of it because people say that kind of stuff. When my son got to 122nd Street, they shot him right on the street where my parents lived. The store man heard about it and said, "Oh my God, that was the kid that was in here," and ran out the store and ran to my mother's house. First of all, the store man saw the police and said, "There, that's who did it, that's who did it." They caught him right away. God is good. It is people that if they see something, they say something. So that was 32 years ago that this happened, and again, it seemed just like yesterday. Then who would think that 16 years later, I'll lose another son? First of all, I had to finish breathing for Anthony. The pain was so bad. I didn't know who to turn to at that time but God. Thank God I had my church and my family for support. And it took me a long time to get over Anthony. I finally really grieved for Anthony. And as I got settled, you would think 16 years later, I would lose another child to gun violence. Tyrone was 28 years old. A 13-year-old killed my son. Robbery. Set him up. A 13 and a 17-year-old shot my son straight in the head. The pain, I'm still in shock. But I decided I had to make a choice. Either I was going to hate kids or work with kids. And of course, as you see, everyone see, I decided to work with kids. And I decided to work with children because I could not bring my two sons back. And so I figured, well, you know, maybe I could help save another mother from crying and feeling pain and hurt that I'm feeling. So one Labor Day, it was so many shootings in one day. And at that time, when Tyrone got killed, I was introduced to the support group through S.A.V.E. Horizon. And I was with other parents. And that's when I got the support that I needed. And one morning, I woke up screaming, who's giving our kids all these guns? Somebody is putting these guns in these kids' hands. It must stop. We must stop putting the blame on the police. We must stop putting the blame on elected officials. We must stop putting the blame on everybody and take ownership and take back our kids and take back our community. I started calling parents, and this one day it was like 6 or 7 killings. Not only shootings, killings. I called some parents, and it was 5 of us that walked into Assemblyman Keith Wright's office. I said, we gotta go in somebody's office. They gotta help us. And this is real. I woke up at 2 in the morning, yelling and screaming to my husband, help, who's killing our kids? Who's getting these guns? Where they get these guns from? Enough is enough. We walked into Assemblyman Keith Wright's office. We called him. And he said, come on. And we said, we need to do something. Enough is enough with all these killings. What could we do? Could you help us? He said, wait, and we cried all over the carpet, and he cried with us, and this is such a real story. It happened so fast. And he said, first of all, let me close the door. He said, are y'all serious? He said, but I'm not going to answer because I see y'all serious. He said, we could go on the steps of City Hall and call a question, because that's how spontaneous he is and was at that time. And we said, go on the steps of City Hall? He said, yes. He said, but before we do anything, this group of mothers, it was just mothers, have to have a name. He said, we're going to find a name for y'all when we go on the steps. Now, this was like on, it had to be a Tuesday, because that Memorial Labor Day was on a Monday. And that's how quick we got. He said, well, today's Tuesday. We're going, I'm going to make a call. We're going to go on the steps of City Hall after we find a name. So a couple of names were thrown out. And then he said, Harlem Mother's Day, some of his friends. Harlem Mother's Day. I said, that's the best name. So we all agreed. That Friday, I don't know what he did, but we was on the steps of City Hall calling a question. Who is giving our kids these guns? And it's a shame because today we're calling the same question. Who's putting these guns in these kids' hands? And that's how I've been able to make it. Because after Tyrone, I'm still in shock. And I'm sitting here talking, still in shock. To lose another child. And when we called the question on the steps of City Hall, that's when Harlem mothers and other mothers and fathers started listening. And guns was everywhere. But we got a call on the steps of City Hall with the black women and law enforcement, and I was told while we were standing on that step that 3 bodegas in Harlem was giving these kids these guns. And that was a Friday. That Tuesday, those 3 bodegas were shut down, and they got all these guns. But see, it was known already, but it was under investigation. But this really did it. And that's how Harlem mothers S.A.V.E, Stop Another Violent End, got started.
My favorite cheese Supremo.
To make it quick, I'm glad to be back. Harlem's a great place, Manhattan North is a great place, and I'm honored to have this job and to be back here. All right, thank you very much. Exactly whatever I can do, you know you got me. All right.
Okay, y'all heard that, right? Yeah. Mr. Curtis Sherrod, come on up here.
Hey, all I can say is, once again, we have a situation where we're lighting candles. And I know some of y'all follow hip-hop, right?
Keep up the good work.
And what's amazing to me, I just found out that Fat Joe just got,
your Fat Joe.
4 months to go to prison, right? For not paying taxes. So he goes to jail for not paying taxes. And someone kills a man and walks free. It just puts things in perspective for me. You know, so all I can say is be vigilant, keep your eyes open, and a round of applause to Jackie Rowe for keeping us focused and keeping our eye on the prize.
Where's Chief Morris? Where's Chief Morris? And working with us as community people, you have really, really stepped it up and made us feel so comfortable and safe.
Jackie, thank you so much for those kind words. Really, I really appreciate it so much, really. And, you know, it was I who drew strength from you all the time, which is what I told you. And it's been an honor for me to work with you, meeting your wonderful husband who's standing there in the back. Really, I just want to thank everybody here for all of the faith that you've shown me and giving me the opportunity to work with everybody here. Thank you so very much. You have touched my heart, and I really appreciate it. More than words could ever say. Thank you.
Thank you. None other than Mr. Charles Jenkins from CBTU, Coalition of Black Trades Union.
Thank you so much, Jackie Rowe Adams, and to the community. My name is Charles Jenkins. I'm from TW Local 100. I represent 40,000 members that move you around this here city each and every day, better known as transit workers. But more importantly, I'm a community activist. And our community is in pain. We're in pain because all too often, in these streets that we grew up in, you know, we see our young youth, the next generation, not have the opportunities that myself, Jackie Rowe Adams, and so many others that live to be a senior, right? Have a family, make something productive out of their life. They're being gunned down on these here streets. And our communities are hurting from the verdict of Trayvon Martin 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
That a 17-year-old is gunned down, again, in our streets, in our communities. And so the message here today is all of us.
I'll talk to you.
This next generation that we see out here on the streets with us, these young kids, it's all of us. And my goal through the Coalition of Black Trade Unions is to make sure that we inject hope into our community.
You know, we had the young people say, Ms. Adams, we want to raise our candles in support of Trayvon Martin family. And I said to them, we put it together, and they did. So I want to thank all the young folks that worked on this. Just give yourself a big yell. Because I want to hear the fellas say, I am Trayvon Martin. I can't hear you. And you could be Trayvon Martin. You see this sign say, God bless Trayvon Martin family. It could have been any kid in America, but it was Trayvon Martin. So I want y'all to always be conscious of that. And our young folks did that. Councilman Inez Dickens just got us a new home. And in order to do that, the city council signed off on it, and our very own Christine Quinn, that's one of my favorite people, signed off on it and said, we're going to stop this violence out here. She is definitely in support. Councilwoman Inez Dickens giving us a new home, and guess where we moving? 128th Street between St. Nicholas and 8th Avenue. So we'll be leaving here at the end of the month. We will no longer be here on 100. We will no longer be here on 100 High Barbary G. on 133rd, 134th. We will be on 128th Street at between St. Nicholas and 8th Avenue. Now, first of all, one of my favorite people, my next mayor, you all have your own choices, but this is my next mayor, the one who's helping me, the one who helping me help the community, none other than Christy Quinn. Yeah.
I wanted to come by tonight first to thank Harlem Mothers Dave and Jackie, who are here every time a child is lost. And I know in this crowd tonight and often at these events, there's so many stories like Jackie's of children who were gone. And we're here tonight to say a couple of things. One, we are going to keep working in this city until every child is able to walk down the street and get home at night safely to their parents without being the victim of gun violence or any kind of violence at all.
Yes.
But we're also here tonight specifically because of the loss and murder of Trayvon Martin. And although the jury made their decision, we have to respect it. It was a murder. Make no mistake about it. And that ruling was a slap in the face.
Yeah!
So, on behalf of the Guns Down Life Up
Present this
teams
to
in
her.
Harlem Hospital,
nice
Circle of Safety, all of us that are looking to reduce gun violence, and you missed our wonderful statement earlier. June was a month where we had no gun violence in Harlem.
Look at that. Yeah, all right, there we go.
There we go. So have the shirt, put it on before you get out there. We want to make sure that sorry.
Oh, you did one.
That's right. Right now.
Yeah!
Guns down, life up. All right, there we go. All right.
You know when you hold these, what you think of? A little boy. A little boy going out to get
We have another bag of Skittles. Where is it? Another bag is in there.
Thank you.
That was Trayvon Martin last meal. Skittles and Arizona iced tea. And we want the young people, as we raise our candles tonight, start lighting your candles. Please, everybody help somebody. But I don't want the young people to have candles. I want the young people to have Skittles and iced tea. All right. Okay, we shall overcome, everybody. Let's do it. Come, we shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. Let's everybody let your balloons up for those who have balloons and say the names of your loved ones and blow your candles out. Tyrone, Anthony.
Well, I can say about Harlem of the State, I think Jackie Rowe and I have been linked from the first day 9 years ago when I put my feet on the ground and saw myself doing this anti-gun violence work. My earliest remembrance is that I was somewhere speaking about anti-gun violence probably in the city office building and Jackie was there. And I started spending time around and we started going to some of the same events that we were trying to organize a community. And then we started working together. And when there was a shooting, I would call Jackie or she would call me and we would connect with the families and we would go and she had a unique way of sitting with the bereaved families. And I wouldn't go into a house after a while without Jackie or Jean at that time. by my side to visit with some of the young people that I knew who had succumbed to the violence in our community.
She's very concerned about the violence that's going on in our society today, and she listens and she's truly and genuinely concerned about trying to make changes in society regards to gun violence.
My experience with Jackie, when I came here, I was still going through a lot with the loss of my son. When I discovered that Jackie Rowe had lost 2 sons through gun violence, and was able to have the strength that she has, it just gave me the strength to keep going. And I call her actually the queen of strength because she just keeps me going, and I look to her for a lot of advice.